This time on weekend retreats, we have ventured into West Bengal. I have come to the former capital of British India, Kolkata. Founded as an East India Company trading post, it was India's capital under the British Raj from 1773 to 1911. Today, it's known for its grand colonial architecture, art galleries and cultural festivals. From colonial architecture to tangy Bengali cuisine, this city will definitely offer you a touristy experience. So I'm all set for it. Let's go ahead and explore. Durga Puja festival, one of the most famous festivals celebrated in Kolkata, is a feast to the eyes. The city reverberates with energy for 10 days. Pandals every few meters with grand idols of goddess Durga are open for everyone. This powerful form of Mother Goddess is highly revered in Kolkata, which is why her return is celebrated with much grandeur and ceremonies. So Kolkata is also the king of street food in India, with a mishmash of stalls selling a variety of street snacks. And of course, some of the popular ones are samosa, jhalmuri and puchkas. I'm going to have some puchkas, I can't miss out on that. Cosmopolitan and diverse, the food scene in Kolkata is influenced by foods and flavors from around India and the world. Not only can visitors try some of the best Bengali food in the world, but they can also experience Kolkata Chinese and Anglo-Indian dishes that are steeped in the region's history. When Kolkata's hustle gets too much to handle and all you want to do is to be in the middle of absolute calm and tranquility, then where do you escape? I'll be taking you to a quiet getaway few hours away from Kolkata on the banks of Ganges called Raichak. There I'll be exploring country homes and all that you can do there on a vacation. There is no direct bus service from Kolkata to Raichak, but one can take a bus from Kolkata to Haldia and then hire a taxi or an auto rickshaw to travel the distance of 15 kilometers to reach Raichak in half an hour. And even more stunning, the harbour coupled with its pleasant and mildly humid weather and beach-like setting is the perfect place to spend the day. Less than 20 years ago, Raichak was a sleepy dot on the map. But today, it means different things to different people. It's a great weekend getaway for Calcuttans, a popular wedding destination hub, and also a major source of economic support for the locals. Just a couple of hours drive away from Kolkata, Raichak is a perfect antidote to the maddening crowd of the city. Raichak has always been a prosperous town, largely because it served as an important trade link from River Hooghly back in Kolkata's golden age. Diamond Harbour, built on the point where Hooghly River meets the Bay of Bengal, is a popular attraction.
even more stunning, the harbour coupled with its pleasant and mildly humid weather and beach-like setting is the perfect place to spend the day.
Now there's an interesting story which has been created around Fort, which is actually a hotel in Raichak. Now according to this story, situated by the Ganges, Raichak was an important avenue for trade. But one day as the ship sailed, they were attacked and robbed by the pirates. Now as a consequence to this aftermath, a fort was built to keep a watch overlooking the river. But once again, in another attack, the fort was turned into shambles, which was later rediscovered and rebuilt into a hotel, which we now know as the fort. So that was a bit of Raichak for you, but we have a lot more coming up. On the other side, we'll be looking at some of the ideal residential choices for all those of you who are already eyeing Raichak as their potential second home destination. Well, that's coming up in just a bit, so stay tuned. The benefits of having a second home are enormous. A second home property within 2 hours of drive on the coast or in the countryside is now a realistic weekend retreat. Though there are few basics you need to keep in mind before you invest in a second home. Apart from exploring all the possible options that fit into your budget, accessibility to the city is also an important factor. You'd also like to tally up all the likely expenses, factoring in the extra costs based on the fact that you won't be there every day. Also, if you plan to rent out your property, determine how much you can expect from the rental income.
Raichak makes for an ideal destination if you are looking for a second home near Kolkata. A couple of hours drive away from the city, Raichak allows easy access to Kolkata. Its strategic positioning on the banks of the river Ganges means that even the hottest summer days are breezy and pleasant.
It was a desire to do something on the banks of the river, and we spent a year hunting for locations till we chanced upon Raichak. And it was one of those moments when you just felt that that was the place you should do something. So the original idea was that we will build a hotel and then we will build some cottages around it, which would essentially be for families living in Calcutta who would want a getaway. And the hotels would provide them with the additional facilities of recreation, leisure, food, etc. that any such getaway would ideally require. And the hotel itself would again be like a weekend getaway place or a conference destination. So it was with that we set up. Of course, over the years it has built, and there's a lot more developments that have happened and more units, etc. came up. So I think what we are trying to build over there is some kind of a leisure destination for Calcutta.
I lived in London for 44 years. Then 2008 I came back to India, Calcutta, and I lived there, but it was so crowded and hassle and bustle of the traffic noise and pollution. So I decided to buy somewhere where it will be quieter and pollution free. to see the house and I fell in love with it. I enjoy the surrounding. I sit in my garden. I've got 2 gardens. One is kitchen garden and one is with a sponge pool. So I have little dip on it.
The residential options that Raichak offers are plenty. From bungalow-style homes to apartments, this quaint getaway offers a myriad of options depending on your budget. To find out in detail about living in Raichak, I spoke with Mr. Simon, the marketing head of Neotia Group, about residential options in Raichak.
Right now I have with me Mr. Simon D. Rosario, the sales and marketing head of Ganga Awas. I'm going to have a chat with him and find out more about second homes in Raichak. Mr. Simon, first of all, thank you so much for joining us. I'd like to begin by asking you, how is the second home market picking up in Raichak?
Bengali used to have something called Baganbari. Have you heard about this term Baganbari? All the old Bengali families used to have a Baganbari, which was outskirts of the city, where they used to have a garden, a lot of trees were there. And normally that's where they used to go during the vacation, during the summer vacation or the puja vacation, winter. They would go then stay there for about 2-3 weeks, maybe a month also, and they unwind with their family and all. So that time it was leisure absolutely. So that same concept we brought about a couple of decades back, when this place was chanced by Mr. Neotia, and we thought that we can do something like that, because we don't have any many place out here in Calcutta where one can go and unwind. True. Especially for the people who are in the executive and they're very busy with their lifestyle. So we thought about doing something for these people so that on a weekend they can come and unwind out here. But still Calcuttans are still lagging behind because the concept is not caught on with it, because the way Hyderabad, the way Bangalore, the way Pune has developed out here, a lot of expats comes and goes. They need actually this kind of opportunity that where they can go and unwind.
So briefly, could you tell me how does the price vary across different categories here?
Yeah, see the prices, Calcutta is very sensitive about pricing. So that's how we also planned a project according so that it can be for both. First of all, you have to understand the TG that we have out here is mixed, Bengali and non-Bengali. Non-Bengali are people who are very focused about money they're spending, they see as investment and they see the return out of it. Okay, that's very important. So we can't do something very expensive by which they think in that terms. See, the second home will be taken by people who are not considering the return out here directly, because they want to taking it for the family, for the children, so they can go and unwind. Even if they come once in a month also maybe, or maybe more. That is the primary objective. So we want to keep, let's say, for that kind of bracket between 1.25 to 2 crores, let's say, within that price bracket. So they shouldn't pinch them too much. If you see below that also, our property starts from 55-60 lakhs onwards. For two, as I was mentioning, 2-bedroom independent bungalow will cost you about 60 lakhs onwards. So you have product price at 60 lakhs, 70 lakhs, 80 lakhs, 1 crore, 1.25, up to 2 crores also. It depends what you want. For example, if you want a lavish spread, let's say the one behind this, which we call Gangakot Residency, which extends the style and architecture, everything out here, they will cost in the region of 1.5 crores. Okay. If you go a little inside, this is because back of Gangakot, plus you get to see the river also, close to the canal out here. That's why the price. If you go to inside, it may come down to, let's say, 1 crore, 1.25 crores.
So as you go further away from the Ganges, the price falls down.
Exactly. And also we make a unit accordingly also. Somebody who's bought a bungalow out here, let's say 20 years back, let's say, about say 20 lakhs or 25 lakhs, they're selling at 2 crores, 3 crores. Yeah. So investment is there, but it takes time. You have to be patient. If you really want to cash out kind of thing, yes. If you want instant, this thing that may not be possible. But if you over the long period, you will. Definitely.
Mr. Simon, I noticed one thing which I found to be very interesting. Now, I've seen that there's a theme that's running across. In fact, different themes. Each unit, each project has a different theme. Now, was this intentional, or what was the idea behind this?
This theme that you see out here is of a Sri Lankan ashram. Okay, a village theme. That's how the house would look like. It is very different from the house that we normally see. That's why for any Calcuttans or anyone Indian, when they see this architecture, it immediately appeals to them. So this is a little outwardly looking. If you go to one more complex we have called Frangipani, there's some units are there, which is inwardly looking. If you're looking for solitude, if you're looking for peace, if you're looking for complete de-stressing, it's like when you're going cocooning yourself in a place, it has its own plunge pool out here. It's complete serenity. So here somebody would like to have a river, their river is not there. Though you can have a river, when you come to promenade, you can interact with the river, the nature is there. But there, it's like a hermit, you know, you go back to yourself, to your shelf. And in your shell, you're absolutely most comfortable.
Yeah, content.
Content. So the aroma of the tree, the flowers that is there, that's why we have all frangipani flowers are put it there. So we kept it like that. If you go out, if you go till outside, that we have the new complex is coming up called Gardenia, there the people who are looking for lawn, primarily, they won't have openness out here. So we give them 5 katta, 6 katta, 10 kattas of land. You make a small house. They won't have their own garden. See, a lot of, especially the wives, they won't have their own kitchen garden. They want to grow their own vegetables. Okay? And they want to where they can take their dogs around, where they want to see the children playing around. So that is more intensive to land. You know, we have more land there than construction.
Okay, so before we wind up this conversation, one last question. Any expansion plans, or what are the future plans that you have right now?
See, definitely we have a lot of plans. When we started 22 years back, it took us more than 3 years to acquire the land. The problem out here is that land is not easy to get by. And that has become the trend throughout the country right now. So whatever pocket of land we have still now with us, we are expanding right now outside this main complex called Gardenia, where we are planning to come with 120 odd small farmhouses there. Small, let's say about 4,000 square feet of garden area, and roughly about from 1,000 to 2,000 square feet of a built-up area, ranging from 2-bedroom to 3-bedroom bungalows will be there. So that 120 odd will be coming out. Inside the main premises, we are also coming up with a very, like in the style of what we have out here, a studio apartment will be there, then 1-bedroom, 2-3 will be there. That is also coming up. So together, if you look at it, we have a plan about, say, 150 units that we are thinking of coming. Because normally the season which starts coming after the pujas, you see, the winter is the main season out here. So that's the time people NRI come here. So that's the time we normally launch all our products around the same time. So we're hoping to encash the season that's coming up, and we're busy with that.
Well, I wish you all the luck with that, Mr. Simon. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Yeah.
It's okay if you don't have a home yet in Raichak to spend your holidays in, because this place offers a handful of resorts wrapped in luxury, which will bring you closest to the comfort of home. So let's go ahead and check out the resorts available in Raichak for you.
Raichak gives you options of 3 luxury resorts to choose from: Ganga Kutir, Anaya and the Fort Raichak. Ganga Kutir is built on the bank of the Ganges with deluxe and premium rooms and presidential suites in earthy colors and textures. The deluxe rooms offer a splendid view of the Ganges through the bay window with an infinity pool just at your doorstep.
Fascinating structure is this fort, which has been turned into a resort. Now, with 200 years of rich heritage, this resort hosts strong remnants of history and secrets for you to discover. So you can submerge yourself in fine modern luxury the traditional way.
Fort Raichak has superior rooms, presidential suites and fort villas facing the river. The villas are luxurious apartments designed as English clubhouses overlooking the sprawling lawns of the fort.
Now, apart from fort, there's also a spa resort in Raichak called Anaya, which is set in lush green surroundings with a breathtaking view of the Ganges. Now, what's special about this resort is that every room here has a direct access to the pool. So when the lure of the shores come calling, all you have to do is just step out the front door and dive straight into the pool.
The interiors House of Anaya is a Mediterranean-inspired blue and white color scheme with the decor reflecting elements of nature. The rooms are villa-styled, giving the feel of a very relaxed and cozy home away from home.
So right now I have with me Mayuk Ray, the general manager of these three beautiful resorts in Raichak, Ganga Kutir, Anaya and the fort. I'm going to have a small chat with him and find out more about their journey right from its inception. Mayur, first of all, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Aditi, for coming over. It's been really great to have you guys over.
My pleasure. Now, tell me about this. How did the idea of having Raichak-on-Ganges get conceived?
Okay, well, to start with, Calcutta didn't have really a destination, which was within 50 kilometers of the city limits. And Mr. Neotia, Mr. Neotia, our chairman, he basically chanced upon this place. This is actually a fishing town. It's a very small fishing town.
Yeah.
It's completely his idea. Now, just to take you a little bit into the property, the first block which came up was the fort.
Okay.
Now, if you were to notice, the fort is spelt with double F.
Yeah, I was wondering what is it?
So it basically means fictitious fort.
Okay.
Although if you go into Wikipedia, it says that there's actually a fort here. But the fort was actually in Diamond Harbour, not here. Diamond Harbour is about good 20 kilometers off this place if you take the shoreline. By road it will be further off. So that's how the first concept of, building a fort. And if you walk through the fort, which you've done this morning, you saw that, there's a moat and you actually cross that to get into the main building.
It's pristine.
Yeah, it's pristine. So that was the first idea that he came up with. Followed with Ganga Kutir came up, where we are standing right now.
Yeah.
Well,
And what's really intriguing is that you don't have one, but three different resorts.
Yeah, so that's one of our USPs.
For the visitors.
Yeah, so
yes,
that's-
so what was the larger thought behind this?
Yeah,
Because one is a spa resort, the other one is a heritage retreat, which is the fort. And of course, we have Ganga Kutir, which has a beautiful view of Ganga. So what was the idea behind getting all three resorts together at one place?
Okay. So,
Is it because you're expecting your visitors to book all three resorts one after another?
No, so I'll tell you what, in our group, which is AmbujaNeotia, whenever we build something for the community at large. So when Mr. Neotia conceptualized this, he wanted, one location to give you three different experiences.
Okay.
So the fort basically gives you a 5-star accommodation experience.
Yeah.
Ganga Kutir gives you something different, which is more serene. And Anaya gives you, all the rooms overlooking the central pool, and the spa joining with it. And these are all villas. So each and every product is different, and we wanted to club all of them into one destination.
Okay.
So that's really unique. You won't really find that across India anywhere.
So tell me, how's the experience that you want to offer to all the tourists coming here different from any other experience that's offered in any other weekend getaway?
Yeah, so firstly, you come to a destination which is very close to your home, so you can drive into that destination. We're just 50 kilometers away from the city, and the experience we give you is we are all very, very connected to Ganga religiously. So we are on the banks of the Ganges, and so much of flora and fauna. You're back into nature.
Yeah.
And we've
Just
tried to
within few hours
yes,
of drive.
yes, and we've tried to standing here today. It's very difficult for one to say that you're so close to Calcutta.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's the predominant experience, and we've got a lot of natural life here. We've got actually something which we call a nature walk. We have some naturalists who come and advise us, and over the weekends they even take the guests around and show them different migratory birds that come in, the different kind of animals that are there. We've the different species of animals. The naturalists obviously are better equipped to answer those questions. I'm not. But even where we are standing right now, they'll pick up certain amounts of life and show you that it's not only just the flowers and the trees, everything.
Okay.
And obviously about the experience, as I said earlier, we wanted to give you in one resort 3 different kinds of accommodation, 3 different kinds of experience.
Yeah. What is it that you want the visitors or tourists to take away from this destination?
What we want is we want them to go back rejuvenated. They should feel very relaxed, and obviously keep on coming back to us. But we want them to basically experience the Ganga. That's our USP. Yeah,
Okay.
and talk about the natural flora and fauna that we have.
All right. We wish you all the luck. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Now, when you're in Raichak, you can take a ferry ride from the Raichak jetty to Kukrahati to get some thrilling experience while sightseeing. You can also opt for a day-long river cruise if you yearn for more. But right now, I'm all set to take a small tour on the ferry. So let's go ahead.
An evening ferry ride along the Ganges is a quintessential Raichak experience. The evening light is particularly inspiring. All the color and glamour of this quaint village by the river unfolds before you. An hour-long ride in the river is all you need to end your day on a peaceful note.
Subdued in tranquility with no trace of city hassle and yet so easily accessible. Well, that was Raichak for you. I hope you found it as luring a destination for second homes as I did. With that, it's time for me to say goodbye. For more weekend retreats around your city, keep watching Magicbricks Now.